welcome. IGL, they spring a surprise to the directors that we got round here. Unbelievable. Yes, round 14, 2 hot dogs gone already, and the third one lining up. Round 14 of GWCFC football for season 95, but joining me in the commentary box is Jason Doherty. Good afternoon, Jason.
Good afternoon, David Cook. Fantastic to be here. Round 14, East Belmont versus Geelong West Cricket and Football Club at Winter Reserve.
Yeah, conditions a little bit soggy and the foot. Plenty of rain this week, and they haven't missed any rain out here at Winter Reserve either. I'd suggest the cricket pitch area in the middle is pretty rough. As we can see on screen there, it's pretty sloppy. Umpires here today, John grabs us, not Johnny, but John grabs us, and Noel Hooper. We've got the young and the old of it there.
We certainly have.
Actually, Noel's John's grandfather, isn't it? And boundary umpires, Scotty Dove and Travis Zimmer, and in the goals, John Hill and Rex the Hunt Hodges.
Beautiful. East Belmont kicking to the left of screen, I believe. Andrew Bookter's playing at full back, so East Belmont coach Peter Manerick changing the side around a bit this afternoon.
He certainly has.
Yes, we're just discussing whether we have to push the time clock. We do have to push the time clock. That's going to be interesting to see. Our cameraman's going to do it, so that's good for him.
Cameraman's going to do it, is he?
Fantastic.
He's a marvel, isn't he?
Oh, he does everything.
Interesting to see him where they're actually starting to centre bounce. You wouldn't call it centre. It's midway between the centre and the wing, but probably a good decision. You don't want to start in that mud heap, do you, John?
No, you certainly don't. Big boy in the middle for East Belmont, Dean Stevens, to do the ruck work with ladder. Stevens gets the tap down, which is a good tap, but it's into that bog that David Cook talked about. Stuart Scott gets it out with his left foot towards centre half forward. Cam Pigley playing there for Blue West this afternoon. East Belmont across half back was tackled without the ball. Their player looked like Craig Jeffrey. No free kick. Alan Beekman's on the bottom of the pack for the Cheetahs there. It stacks on the mill, about 40 players around it, and we'll have a bounce down just inside the centre square.
Yeah, we'll see a few of these ball ups this afternoon. We might even count them just for a bit of fun today. The ball's probably progressed about 20 metres away from where the game started. Thrown up in the air, tapped out over the back by Beekman's. Ian Ellie just waiting for the football to come out. It didn't come out, they stack it on top, but in that pack, doing well for East Belmont was Darren Havey with the long hair flowing in the breeze. And once again, the ball up just the attacking side of the centre of the ground. Stevens
to do the ruck work. Look, big man there for East Belmont. He gets it out the back towards Calder, but it only goes as far as Ingleworth, and he takes the mark on the wing. Is that play on? No. Umpire Grapps, as I said, stand the mark. He plays on now, goes towards Beekman short. Oh, he takes it at the third attempt. Good mark at centre half forward for the Cheetahs.
Needing to get body behind ball. We saw that one hit him right in the chest, Beekman's, and he nearly dropped it. He goes into the forward zone. Up goes Scott. That was Stewie Scott. Can't hold the mark. The East Belmont Lions worked the ball out of a defence. A little kick there from Andrew Bookter. A left footer got it towards the centre wing. Sliding in on top of the footy. Jeff Shaw right down in front of the commentary position. The boundary line looms up, and Jeff and the ball go over the line, and the boundaries show in on the centre wing position.
Beekman's to come across and do the ruck work against Stevens. It's over the back of the pack. Falls towards Legel, who gets it out the back. Looks out there towards, I think that was Brett Dunlop. But it only goes as far as Holdsworth, who tries to get a short kick to Ian Ellie. It doesn't go to him. Murray Scott will see the ball over the line. And a boundary throw in half forward flank for the Cheetahs.
Breeze not a factor today, Jason.
No, I don't.
So it's just about even Stevens.
Beautiful day for football.
Yeah, boundary throw in, half forward flank position. East Belmont defending at this stage. A chance out of the umpires found a free kick here. Putting himself in for the footy and winning the free kick might be Legel. No, it's gone to his teammate there, Lyon, is it?
Yep, Lyons.
And the centreman's got the free kick at half back. He kicks from the defensive 50 up towards centre wing, over centre wing in fact. That's a good grab from behind by the big fella Justin Latter for the Blue West side. He takes this mark defensive side of the centre and goes onto his left foot.
Good kick to centre half forward, picks out Vinnie Lehman, who takes the mark uncontested just outside the 50-metre line. Waits for a lead from Wigmore from full 40, goes in that direction, but Bookter's back there in the last line defence for East Belmont and takes a timely mark. He's in the right-hand back pocket. He's going to go across the goals with his right foot, looking on the outer side towards Phillips, but he's told to leave it, and a good mark there by Paul O'Loughlin on half-back. He goes to the outer side wing, looking for and finding Mark Butler, who takes the mark in front of David McKenzie.
Nice grab that time by Butler. Elects to continue around that far side of the ground. Cowie pushed his opponent out of the way for mine. Play on is the call. Craig's in there. Hand pass from Lucchino. Comes out towards Tunganeel in a bit of trouble. Got the hand pass away. Lost it. Might get it back here yet. He won't do so because Jeffrey comes in and picks up for the Lions. He punt kicks long into the goal mouth. That's a mark down there to East Belmont.
Newton.
Little Newton, I think it is, yes. He's going to be on a fairly acute angle because he's marked that right alongside the behind post, the little fella. And well played Jeffrey to scout that hand pass there from Tanganua when he was under pressure, and the kick was penetrating. He's made it right into the, their scoring zone. Not far out. Awkward angle. Newton comes in, tries to bend it back. He's kicked it right across the face of goal. Cowie's up in front, no mark, but he might get a free kick. Scotty Cowie, I think, for one over the shoulder. And the goal umpire, the field umpire, in fact, has paid it that way, and Cowie relieves the pressure.
He goes out towards the half-back flank on the commentary stand side. Mackenzie gets a handball to the coach, Stewie Scott, who runs through the middle, looks for Beekmans at centre-half forward. He can't take the mark. Dunlop's against him, and he takes the mark at centre-half back for East Belmont.
Used the body well there, didn't he?
He certainly did. Goes to the outer side and finds O'Loughlin there on the wing. Takes the mark, goes in short, looking forward, but doesn't find Jeffrey. Should be a free kick to David Mackenzie, and it is.
I like the way he plays the game, David Mackenzie. Straight and hard at the foot. He usually plays in front. Little left foot chips, okay. Looking out there for, and finally looks like Ingeworthen's got it. Played on. Cleverly got around his opponent there and straightens up on the right foot. Goes Ingeworthen. Long towards half forward. Free kick this time. Lehman up in front. Was pulled over the shoulder according to the umpire. And Vinnie Lehman takes the free kick. He's just outside 50. Got to kick it 55 or 60 metres. Too far out to score. Especially with the ball. Start to get heavy shortly. Long kick in towards off the ground. Campigley. Booked to punch the ball away. Campigley up the ground. Magnificent goal. First blood for the day to the Blue West side. Oh, gee, that was good quick thinking.
And we'll probably see a bit of that today. I would say it's Stewie Scott and probably Peter Manerick also have probably instructed some of the players if they can't get down and pick it up with their hands just to kick it off the ground. And the Landers Bull Wisbowski Charlotte Accountants first quarter scoreboard. Geelong West Cricket and Football Club 1 goal. East Belmont yet to score.
Well, I say it every week, but how important the kick at the other end from the little fella there. Newton had a shot for goal, missed it. Cowie got the free kick. It's gone down the other end, and instead of getting a score, or a possible goal, it wasn't a bad angle, I'll give you that, but that would have been a nice run to kick because it's gone down the other end, and Darren Campigley thought very quickly and put the foot into it and registers the first major of the day. And now the central umpire there, John Grabs, just lost where the circle was there for a minute, I think. He's got it now. Stevens goes up.
Ladder stands his ground, tries to get it out. Lagal's in there also. Scott tapped out by Geelong West. Good play, Ingeworthen to get a quick handball to Frank Ianelli, who's running. Tries to turn it around the corner at centre-half forward. Darren Habe's there, loses the ball in the tackle. Holdsworth off the ground again. Buchter's back there for his third mark in 5 minutes. And at full-back, he relieves the pressure for East Belmont.
He goes wide on that right foot. He's looking out there for Dunlop. Too far away from Dunlop and his opponent, Scott, going with him, but it's out of bounds. Bouncing there, so it's okay for the East Belmont Lions. Will have a boundary show in far side of the ground. High show in too, a beauty that one. Gave the ruckman every possible chance. Little kick out of the pack there. Came from Brendan Chandler, I think it might have been. Didn't get it very far. He goes in after it again. In goes Jamie Sutherland. A couple of kicks up the ground. We'll credit him with one stat there. Lucchino dives in on top of it. Pushed in the back. Play on. Sutherland taps the ball out towards the boundary line. Here comes Stewie Scott. Ran into a bit of trouble. Chandler ran into a bit more trouble. Lucchino's there too. The umpire's found a free kick. Went over the shoulder. And the free kick going to go the way of Mackenzie at the bottom of that pack. Working hard for Blue West.
Mackenzie now on the wing. Goes high with his kick, up towards half forward. Lehman over the back, can't take the mark. Good play by Lyons to rove the pack at the front. Out towards O'Loughlin with a bad handball, though. Mackenzie's able to come through and take it over the line at half forward for the Cheetahs. 1 goal by Campigley. The difference between these two sides at the moment, about 6 minutes in. Throw in now. Beekmans to do the ruck work with Stevens, who looks at fair size customer for East Belmont. Comes out the back towards Holdsworth. Quick kick, can't get it very far. It's probably going to beat Quinn over the line. It does so now. And another boundary throw in.
Very umpire sets himself. He's a fair way away over there. Put the glasses up, I do, and he throws it back into play. Beekmans does the ruck work there for Blue West. Might have got a bit of a knockdown there. Just went to the ground. Play on the call. Good umpiring. Almost blew the whistle. It came out, so he let it go. He's letting it go well. Here's a kick coming around there from Lyons in the long sleeves on the right foot. Gets it around towards the half-back flank position. Perhaps centre wing midway between there. And there's a whistle on play. It actually went out of bounds, so we'll have another boundary throw in, far side of the ground. The big fella in front there, Darren Stevens, doing the ruck work for the East Belmont, the home side. Comes down here to the radial. Dunlop, he got the hand pass away. Wasn't a bad one. Eskimo Quinn drived in, pushed the bloke in the back. Play on the call. It's picked up by Lyons. He goes up towards the centre wing position. A nice mark taken by Greg Johnson, leading out well in front of his opponent.
No,
free kick awarded. It's gone to Travis Kelly.
Travis Kelly on the wing now for a push off the ball. He goes with his right foot towards half forward. Vollenbrett's up from behind. Good mark, though, in front. I think that was Ian Burnett.
I think, yeah.
Yep, Burnett gets a quick handball to Kelly, who's running from the wing at half forward. In front, good mark, Jeff Shaw. That's where you have to be. That's where you have to be in the forward line. He was there, Jeff Shaw, in front of Alan Craig. And He's been in fairly good form for the last couple of weeks for the Lions, Jeff Shaw.
Oh, he's a good player, Jeff Shaw, isn't he? He's a real goer.
So he'll have a chance to put East Belmont's first score on the board this afternoon. Comes in with his right foot. He's missed it. He's hooked it, though. It's towards the behind post. In fact, it's touched the goal post, so it's one behind. First score for the afternoon for East Belmont.
So a couple of chances there for the Lions to register majors through Shaw and also Newton. They've only got the 1 point on the board on the Landers Bull and Brisbelski chartered accountant scoreboard, and they trail by 5 points.
Great kick by Cowie to find Scragger Craig running on the half-back line, who takes the mark. They're running now. If Lehman can stand up, he's dropped the mark. Good play by Dunlop to come through, but he's missed the ball. Gives Lehman time to take the ball with him. But good play.
Done with a set of wet ties.
He could have
too. The radio.
He couldn't stop.
I think. He couldn't stop, could he? He missed the ball. But Lehman missed everything there.
Bouncy throw in now on the half-forward flank. Legel comes in from the side to try and tap the ball down. Good play by Murray Scott to get it off the ground. Cam Pickley, use of the body with Coulter. Gets out towards Vinnie Lehman. Tries to kick it around the corner. He can't do so, only as far as Jeffrey. He'll see it over the boundary line. So will Alan Craig.
Players staying on the far side of the ground in the first quarter here. Generally, it's been out there. Beekmans does the ruck work. Goes to ground, picked up by Murray Scott. The hand pass concedes a bit of ground, but he got it to Justin Latter. Threw it quickly on the left boot down to the forward zone, but getting back, taking the nice grab in defence there. The 37 Guernsey of Chris Coulter, player haven't seen play before. He switches play. He comes out to the commentary side of the ground, gets it out towards half-back. Stewie Scott's in there, picked up by Wigmore. He has a long kick from 50 metres out. Buchter's back there, and he punches the ball over. Actually, probably could have marked that one, but he took no chances. 1 point goes on the board to Blue West. They've gone to 1-1-7. East Belmont 1 point on the Landers Bull. Wisbelski first quarter scoreboard.
Booked it now to do the kicking in. He goes down the middle of the ground, looking for Johnny Lyons. He does find him, but he doesn't take the mark. Tackled by two Cheetahs players. Good play by Blue West, but a good kick off the ground by Legel. It's in the middle now in the mud. Good play there by Holdsworth McKenzie. He's got running Tunga Neal, but he puts him under pressure and holding the ball, Noel Hooper says.
Oh, great tackle.
Yeah, great tackle, Jamie Legel.
And he holds up play, gets the free kick, gets it at the centre of the ground, runs around Neal on the mark, and then gets past Latter with the right foot kick. Out comes Cowie, uses the fist to great effect. In goes Craig, kicks it off the ground. Actually went out towards the boundary line. Cowie picks it up like a dry ball, tackle. Dropping the ball for mine. That's a great tackle.
Another great tackle.
That has been paid. It has been rewarded, and so it should have been. A terrific tackle that time. Looks like Burnett down there, and he takes the free kick. He's just outside the 50. He puts it on the boot now. Not an awfully good kick. It's into the goal mouth, but Justin Latter goes up and takes a good safe grab. And in front, actually outmarked his teammate there in number 22 in Darren Bollingbrett.
Goes to the outer side again, looking for Lakino. Gets a push in the back and will receive a free kick at half back.
Little Nicky, the Mediterranean man. There he is on screen.
He's been in good form, him and Cowie.
He both play very well together, don't they?
Certainly do. He goes in towards the centre of the ground, finds Neal at centre half back. In front of Glenn Newton there. He comes even wider towards the commentary box side, looking for Frank Ianelli, and he finds him. They've gone across half-back with two kicks. Stewie Scott's running now on the wing, and Ianelli should be able to give it to him. He does so. Good running by Stewie, the coach, and he takes the mark on the wing. Cook's short, but he's going to go a bit longer, is he? No, he clears in towards Ingerworth and should take the mark. Oh, Shane Quinn comes in, but a good mark.
Oh, the mighty Quinn coming there, the Eskimo. The Eskimo Quinn coming hard on the top of Ingerworth. Took the mark, chips it in towards the cricket nets there, and Frankie Ianelli takes a real slips catch. Very apt that he took that one in front of the cricket nets. Dived into that one, took it nicely now. He's tried to crib about 8 yards on the mark here, Frank. You've got to go right around, Frank. Hey. He's around, he's nearly behind the man of the mark now. He's gone for the short one to Wigmore. He's got two opponents, and one of those opponents crashing over the top and doing pretty nicely too. Craig Jeffrey has forced the ball away and it's gone out of bounds. Throw in about 10 metres around, 15 metres around from the goal to which Blue West are attacking. Let's see if they can make something of this forward foray.
Beekman's over the back and also Dunlop. Jeffrey gets a good handball to Lyons. There's nobody running. He looked for the handball, then had to kick quickly through the middle. Richard Neal from centre half back. Great play. Goes out wide towards Vinnie Lehman. He uses his body against Quinn. Can't pick the ball up at the first attempt. Gets up again. Can't pick the ball up. Tries to kick it off the ground. He's still on the bottom of the pack. Tries to tap it out. Quinn's in there also. He's come back to do the mop-up work for East Belmont. Good play by Murray Scott. Can't take the ball with him. John Lyons off the ground. Holdsworth's there. It stacks on the middle at the moment. Murray Scott could have got a free kick for holding the man. None forthcoming. Holdsworth off the ground. Good kick, and it lacks a fortune. Vinnie Lehman's there, and he's taken a good mark in front of Darren Phillips, who came in very stoutly in the end.
Oh, I don't think there was much in there. I think Phillips was in the air trying to make the spoil before Vinnie Lumen had taken the mark. Vinnie bounced straight up. I think he knew it was coming. He just rolled with the punch.
He's playing quite well across half forward. Vinnie?
He's certainly providing an option. He's running, certainly getting him a bit of space down there. And he's ducked back in towards the goal mouth here to have this shot. Awkward angle. Certainly should score. Whether he can kick it straight and up with the wet balls. He runs around a bit on the right foot and goes for goal and gets it. I think he's got this one. Great kick for goal, Vinnie Lehman. Just opened up the angle a little bit there. Run around and put it right through the middle. And he kicks the second goal of the game for the Blue West side. They've gone to 2 goals, 13 points. Leading East Belmont, who've just got the 1 point on the board.
Just looked like they might be missing a bit at centre half forward, East Belmont. They've gone around the flanks a couple of times when they've attacked, and Richard Neal, great run from centre half back there to set the play up, and Vinnie Lehman to finish it off. Yeah,
he almost got the mark for that kick of Richard Neals, didn't he? Vinnie Lehman, and then was good enough to go back and get it in the finish. 1 point on the board to East Belmont on the Landers Bull and Wisbalski charted at Kelton's first quarter scoreboard. They're trailing Blue West, who've got 2-1-13 as Johnny grabs us, throws it up on the centre of the ground.
14 minutes gone. Ladder takes it out of the ruck, tries to get it towards Holdsworth. Good play to kick off the ground to Cook. Short kick, but umpire Hooper's paid the mark.
It went about 3 inches. 3 feet, Noel Fanning said. That's a metre for the blokes that are born a bit after we were. Down it goes towards the forward zone. The mark taken here looks, who's that throwing? He's waiting around there. Christy Kelter, I think. Good grab in front there of Darren Campigley. And he takes this mark at centre half back. At least that one travelled the required distance, Judge.
Certainly did. He plays on and goes across half back, looking out towards the wing, but Mackenzie's in front for Blue West, and he takes the mark. Quick kick, left foot. Campigley, who kept running onto the flank and took the mark in front of Calder. Now Dunlop comes across to stand the mark. He goes short on his left foot back inside. Oh, it's over Ladder's head. Cook's there also. Quick handball to Beekman's onto his left foot. Wigmore, he's got 5 minutes if he can pick it up now and set something up. He turns around onto his left foot, now back onto his right. Goes for goal, but could have missed to the far side. He has done so.
Thought he might have been able to lay that one off, Jason.
Yeah, he had a bit of time there, didn't he?
A bit of time to size up the options. I thought the hand pass might have been on it. Go forward, backwards, sidewards and around, get onto that right foot, and has missed.
So that's their first behind for this afternoon. 2-1-13 they move along to. East Belmont.
He's kicked the ball beautifully in from the behind so far. This is no exception. Out to the defensive 50. And running onto this one, taking a nice mark is Coulter. Goes to centre wing. The target and the marker. The marquee perhaps, Sutherland. He takes the mark. He plays on though foolishly. Frankie Anelli lays the great tackle. Sutherland got rid of it. Here's a player tackle right over the top of the shoulders if you don't mind. You get up and take the free kick, little Jamie Legal. And he'll take this one at half back. Ooh, interesting hand pass. Sets it up, I suppose, out wide for Coulter. And he goes on the right foot, even wider still to Bookter, who's run out from fullback and landed in the glue pot. It set him up a bit. He's in a bit of trouble. Bookter, the hand pass back over. He's gone. Here's a charge. Wigmore runs it. The umpire's blowing the whistle.
Yep, Beekman's held him too long after he got rid of the ball there, so Bookter will take the free kick across half back.
Well, they were lucky to get out of that, the Lions.
But a shocking kick, though. He's looked for Dunlop and pushed it too far wide. It's gone out of bounds.
Nicky Lucchino just getting the ball back. There's about half as wide as a Brighton May match, isn't he? There's not much of him.
No, there certainly isn't. Stevens in front, gets a tap down, kick off the ground by Dunlop. That was Chandler over the top of the ball. Dunlop again, quick kick back towards the wing. Good play there by Mark Butler to get around one tackle and handball towards Havey, but he's tackled. Good tackling by the Blue West in the middle of the ground. Butler has a second chance, goes towards Sutherland and also Jeff Shaw in the glue pot in the middle. Shaw off the side of the boot, only as far as Justin Ladder. Now the big man, he's tackled. Push in the back, umpire Hooper and David Cook have said, and Justin Ladder will take the free kick.
Seems to be playing a loose man in defence, or perhaps he's not playing centre half back. He might have been playing a back pocket and just coming down the ground there. He kicks this one long out towards Lehman and Quinn. They do battle out there on the centre wing. They're both pretty desperate. Nearly a free kick could have been awarded there to Holdsworth. It was not. Blue West, little kick up and under. Mark taken out there, and it's Vinnie Lehman again, who's been very dangerous in the first quarter. He spears a pass in towards centre half forward. Not much good. Here comes Havey out of defence, runs with it. He loves the rub of the footy, Darren Havey, and he runs his full distance and punt kicks long. That's a good kick. Beautiful kick by Havey. Up goes Cowie. Somehow got a hand of it in front after the big fella down there got rid of him, the full forward too. Cowie's back into it. So too is Burnett. That was a pretty good marking, Jill. I thought Burnett had got him out of position. Yep. All of a sudden, Cowie somehow got the hand up and sport the mark.
And it was also a good shepherd by Paul O'Loughlin to let Havey through and have a big kick towards the forward line. So that's
what a big kick too.
Yep, they need more of that. Ball up now. Johnson in front, over the back. Good play by Stewie Scott to get a quick kick in towards the centre. Stevens comes out, the big man. And there's been a free kick paid awarded to him against Holdsworth. Stevens onto his left foot out towards Jeff Shaw at the half-forward flank. Can he take the mark? Oh, good attempt.
Free kick if not.
Free kick. Craig came through it.
Trip.
Yep. So Jeff Shaw to take the free kick on half-forward.
Well, he's just rubbed his number out. We'll have to watch him now. Sure, he won't be able to pick him up. He goes in short and he finds his, I think the captain's not the vice captain, Legal. Long kick into the goal mouth. Is that a mark at the back? No, it'll be slipped through from behind. I think Cowie's actually kept the ball in play. Don't know about that one. He's had a kick. He's put it out of bounds on the full, and Scotty Cowie makes one of the rare mistakes. And a free kick coming up here to East Belmont.
Yep, might have been better to rush the behind through.
Yeah, I think so.
Burnett to take the free kick.
Oh, typical forward's gone back to take it. I don't think anyone knew whose it was.
He did that before, actually. Travis Kelly laid a great tackle about 3 minutes earlier, and he took the kick instead of Kelly, so he's gone again with his right foot. Strays across, good mark in front.
Stewie Scott.
Yeah. Good mark in the last line defence. Goes out wide looking for Ianelli. He's up against Shaw. Good play by both players there. Good shepherd by Ianelli to let Murray Scott run through. Could have picked it up, didn't know about it. Darren Phillips goes through. Good play by Ingerwerson attacking off the ball. Ianelli's also there. Ingerwerson. Good running from the back line. Lakino. Oh, bad handball though. Tried to get Holdsworth. He's back onto it now. Centre half forward Cam Pigley should be in front. Chris Calder is. He takes the mark for East Belmont. A
little bit fancy there, Blue West. A little bit too much handball on a wet day, I'd reckon. Coulter goes out wide. Not a bad sort of a kick. He had a teammate out there, couldn't hold the marks. Picked up by the big fella, was that Dunlop. Left foot kick to centre half forward. 2 bites at the cherry. No mark paid. Good decision on both. Found one in the back. Going the way here of little Craig Jeffrey. He kicks the ball into the pocket. Not much of a kick that one. Looking there for the leader Burnett, but dropping back. Stuart Scott takes the mark. Hand pass to brother-in-law Cowie. Gives it back to Lucino. Scott's kept going. He receives it by hand out there. He's put down by Craig after he kicked that ball, or as he kicked it, said the umpire. And the ball's out there at half back. And the mark taken
by Beekmans.
Beekmans it was.
Yep. And he gets a quick kick out towards Ingerwerson. Oh, push in the back, that one. Yep.
Probably a professional push, that one.
He was running. Yep, he was running, so
just held it up a bit.
Yep. Ingerwerson to take the free kick. Half forward flank, looks inside for Wigmore. Calder's there, gets a hand to it. Wigmore, surrounded by East Belmont players, tries to get the handball out. Buchter goes over the top of him. Oh, Stacks on the mill, push in the back though. Chris Calder to take it. Cam Pigley pushed him in the back.
He's doing well back there, Colton.
Certainly
centre
is.
half back.
Yep.
Cam Pigley kicked that very quick-thinking goal there, the first one they got. But apart from that, I'd say that Colton certainly held him and probably had the better of him. He goes with the short right foot kick, a bit fancy there. Got it out towards half-back Lions, a chance. Oh, the kick smothered off the boot, and Lehman dashes through the glue pot there, picks it up, kicks it out wide, just too wide for Ianelli, but he's got a bit of pace, Frankie. He picks it up. No, he slips over at the crucial stage, tries to tap it on. Here comes Chuka. He gets the kick in. Good tackle there as he got the foot to the ball, has forced the error. It has gone out bouncing. It's not out on the full, and Chuka kick error there caused by Brendan Chandler, and a very good firm tackle.
Yep, it certainly was. He goes back to his centreman position. Wait for the boundary umpire now. Beekmans to do the ruck. Up against Legal. Stuart Scott over the back. Gets a tap down in favour of Holdsworth. Tries to get the handball out. Vinnie Lehman and also Jeffrey underneath. Stewie Scott back in there. Quick handball to Frank Ianelli. He can turn around on his right foot. Goes in towards centre half forward. They're outnumbered here, East Belmont, because Brendan Chandler can get around. Good tackle by Calder, though. That should be dropping the ball. Cook out the back to Holdsworth. He can go long. He does so up towards Wigmore. But
down
the free
after he kicked it by Sutherland.
And it was a bad mistake because Buchter had taken the mark in the last line defence for East Belmont.
And Chuka not happy too. He had a couple of quick looks down the ground there to show he wasn't at all impressed by Jamie Sutherland's late tackle. And now Wigmore's got the ball in the forward pocket. Able to kick it with his left or his right foot. He tries to bend it back with the right, and he's missed everything. He's put it into Oberon. He's missed everything by a long way. Awful kick. That was an awful kick off the boot there. Tried the reverse banana, and he slipped as he kicked. He might have been on the peel there. And in the back pocket, Dunlop was going to relieve the pressure.
But he hasn't done so because he's kicked it straight to Vinnie Lehman. It's called play on now by umpire Hooper, so he has to handball Justin Ladder on the 50-metre line. Goes with his left foot, it's high. It's up towards Wigmore and Buchter. Buchter's in front, taps it away. Frank Ianelli tries to tap it in front of him. Sutherland's there also. He sees it over the line for the Lions in the last line defence.
20 metres around from the goal. Boundary throw in. A bit of a fresh air shot from Wigmore there as he slipped as he tried to put the foot in to redeem himself with the previous one. Quinn fights hard on the ground for East Belmont. And Cam Pigley picks himself up off the turf, and so too does Brett Wigmore, who's now got a bit of mud on the front of the jumper. And we'll have another bounce down just 15 metres out from goal. And Blue West doing all the tacking in the late stages of this first quarter.
Beekmans tries to tap it out of the ruck to the advantage of Wigmore. He can't do so. And it's over the line for a boundary throw-in.
It's going to be one of those days, Jason, where it's going to be scrambling, it's going to be hard, but when you make your break, you've got to kick a goal, don't you? When you
certainly
get the ball
do.
clear, you just got to finish off.
3 or 4 go up for the ruck. It's over the back. 3 or 4 West Belmont players stay down. Gives it to Lyons from Calder. He goes back to get it. Handball to O'Loughlin. In towards centre half back. Jeff Shaw tries to kick it off the ground. Gets it as far as Stevens. He's tackled but can get his handball away. Mackenzie and also Vinnie Lehman, who's been everywhere in this first quarter. Turns around, puts it high in the air. Back in the centre. Tunga Neal should take the mark and does so. He's in the middle of the ground now.
He's got the lead from Ian Ellie short. He elects to go longer than that. Too much carry on the football. Actually, Sutherland goes up and thumps the ball away. Here comes Quinn. He's tackled. Good tackle. Loses the football. Darren Cook gets a short kick in towards half forward. That's a throw out of the back for mine. Not paid there. Here comes Wigmore. He bounces the ball out in front of him. Comes back to Ian Ellie. Makes his way through the pack somehow and goes long for goal. Good kick, but to no avail. Over the top of Darren Campigley there.
Darren Phillips taking the mark.
Yeah, but Phillips just judged that nicely, didn't he? He's in a bit of trouble because Campigley had the break on him.
He goes towards the commentary side, towards Stevens at half-back. Can't take the mark as it's punched away by Chandler. Good handball by Cook to set up Wigmore. Oh, shocking kick off the boot. And a good mark again by Darren Phillips in front of Campigley in the goal square.
Not making enough of their opportunities
No,
at the
not.
moment, the Cheetahs, and I think the coach Stewie Scott will tell them all about it at quarter time too, as Phillips puts this ball from the goal square on the right foot out wide. He goes. Good mark taken by Dunlop. Was he off? The umpire gave him the benefit of the doubt. No, he said, and Dunlop has to go back and kick behind the mark, and Nicky Lucchino stands that position as Dunlop is at the half-back far side of the ground. Right foot kick by Dunlop, not a particularly good one. Up goes Tunga Neal, who's played very well this first quarter, and he takes the mark at the centre of the ground.
He goes in towards centre half forward, all outnumbered. Frankie and Ellie here. Sutherland comes across to tap it only as far as Vinnie Lehman again. No, it's Cook in fact. He gets his right foot kick, but in front, Darren Phillips again. Campigley's got to learn to get in front there if he's being a forward line player. Phillips takes his third mark in a minute.
Yeah, he's done well this last little bit, and Buchter's done well down there too, so they're holding the key forwards okay, but they can't hold this boy, Vinnie Lehman. I don't know who's playing on him, but this must be about kick number 10. We don't give a stats man, unfortunately. Perhaps Noel Fanning can do that in his spare time. Here comes Lehman, spirals along, what a goal! I think he's kicked the magnificent goal, Vinnie Lehman. That is just desserts. I reckon he's played a terrific game. He spiralled it long, getting back with the flight of the football. Was that Chandler, was it? Could have really put the hands on it, pulled the hands away.
Stewie Scott, in fact.
Stewie Scott, was it? Almost took the mark and pulled the hands away at the last little minute, let it go through for a goal. Great goal. 3-1-19. Go to Blue West on the Landers Bull and Wisbalski first quarter scoreboard. East Belmont just the one minor score.
25, nearly 26 minutes gone in this first quarter. 18 points of difference. Umpire Noel Hooper back in the centre.
Vinnie Lehman's kicked his second.
Yep, he certainly has. Ladder and Stevens to do the ruck work again. Ladder stands his ground. He's on the ground now. Takes the ball with him. Umpire Grapsis comes in and says, it's mine. Another ball up.
The umpires have done pretty well so far. They've let the play go as long as possible before blowing the whistle. Phillips, the big fella, rather not Phillips, the big fella there in Stevens doing the ruck work, but he's conceded the free kick to Justin Ladder for an infringement. Ladder gets the hand pass away quickly to Scragger Craig, who's kept coming from the back pocket. Long kick from Craig. Dunlop dropped the mark he would have liked to have taken. Goes in after it again. Dunlop slaps it out wide. Here comes Stewie Scott. The hand pass over the top. Lands with the mighty Eskimo Quinn. His kick's not too good though. And in fact, it's what they call a turnover.
Yep, he gives it to Craig, who gives it back to Vinnie Lehman, the last goal scorer, up towards centre half forward. But Chris Calder, who's played quite well at centre half back for the Lions, takes another timely mark. He's getting leads from everywhere. He's indecisive at the moment. Buchter's telling him to go to the outer side. He plays on now and goes towards the wing, looking for Butler. And also, over the back, good mark. Couldn't quite pick that player up.
We'll get him for you. Number 17's taking the grab.
Burnett taking a couple of good grabs.
Burnett 21, was it?
Yep. So Ian Burnett now on the wing. Indecisive once again, goes towards half forward. Cowie comes from nowhere and takes a good mark on the ground. Scotty's off, gets a handball out. It's a poor handball though. Puts Richard Neal under pressure. Stacks on the mill. Cowie goes up to try and butter up. Mackenzie tries to kick it off the ground. He picks it up now, but there's the siren for quarter time.
And a pretty entertaining first quarter it was. East Belmont only scored the 1 point, but they certainly haven't lacked any endeavour here this afternoon. They've got good players down in defence. Buchter's doing pretty well down there. Coulter's doing well. In the latter stage of that quarter, Phillips also doing well. Unfortunately, at this stage, they trail. They've got 1 point on the board. Blue West have got 3-1-19 on the Landers Bull and Wisbowski scoreboard. The goal kickers, Vinnie Lehman kicked 2 magnificent goals in the first quarter, and Darren Campigley a goal a la Maradona. Used to say a la Pele many years ago, but he'd been dead, he'd been retired for a while, Pele. So Campigley 1 and Lehman 2. and Lehman undoubtedly best on the ground at quarter time. We'll pause, have a short break. We might even go to the bar at the Great Western Hotel. If that's all right with you, Fano, it is. And we'll have one over there at the Great Western with Rick, and we'll be back in the second quarter shortly.